welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are joined by Hammerheart Reviews. How's it going, my friend?
Oh, not too bad. Cheers, Questy. Thanks for having me on. Longtime fan of your channel, so been looking forward to this for a while.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been watching you grow as a channel, which has been great. Your picks are so similar to mine. A lot of the videos, I'm like, yeah, this guy, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. I mean,
Yeah, we
look at that
definitely got
wall
pretty
behind
similar
you.
taste.
Yeah, we do. Today, we are joining together to talk about the best 10 5 each black metal bands of the last 10 years. So it's a very narrow time frame within the last 10 years, but there's been so many good releases within those years. It's actually going to be interesting to see what you have on your list. I'm very curious to see what you pick, actually.
Yeah, this was limiting to only 5 albums from the last
Yeah,
10
only
years. It
five.
was very fucking hard for sure. But yeah, I'm curious to see if we're gonna have any crossover here because our tastes are so similar. But
Mm.
yeah, limiting to 5, we might not even have any the same. I don't know.
That's true. You guys out there viewing, you could play like some bingo. If we have the same, just tick it off, take a shot, whatever you want. I'll let you kick it off with your number five and we'll alternate until we both do our number ones.
Sounds good.
All
Okay,
right.
so kicking it off in fifth, which this one is probably a case of some recency bias because this is a pretty new release, but I'm actually going with the album from last year,
Oh, yeah.
Waldron, with Throne of the Lunar Soul. So yeah, will this hold up in my top 5 spots in another 5 years? I don't know, but I've been listening to the shit out of this since it came out. I just love it. It's like epic and melodic and proggy black metal. They throw in some keys here and there, throw in some clean vocals, and yeah, just riffs for days. Super memorable, awesome album. That album art too, check that out.
So
Absolutely
good.
amazing. Just yeah, really dig this one. Wasn't sure if it was gonna make my top 5, but as I'm going through these, I'm like, yeah, let's put it in there. It's that good, I think.
It would have made mine, but I don't have it on CD. So once I purchase it, it probably would have made mine. I love
Yeah,
that album.
that actually made some of these choices easier. I had a couple that I'm like, I don't own that album, so I can't put it in there. But yeah, sick album for sure.
That's why we're going to do honorable mentions at the end, give all those other albums some love. But yeah, great pick, though. I love the album. That's probably my favorite black metal album of last year. I
Yeah,
adore
mine
it.
too.
Like the artwork reminds me of Morrowind, reminds me of Nerd Alert. It reminds me of Vivek, the
Yeah, I'm
city, and the Ordinators and the armor. Oh, it's so good. And then the music,
yeah, all like a
magical.
concept story too. Very nerdy, but nerdy black metal, that's my jam.
It's good. Yeah. You gotta love the nerds. Next up, so number five for me, this was a hard one. I had a really hard time deciding between this and another, and at the last minute I swapped them. So number five is going to go to Nocturnal Mortem's Verity.
Nice.
This is such a great album, a great kind of counterpart to Voice of Steel, similar kind of sound, I'd say, and even similar art with the orange kind of glow to it. I love its pieces. It's got that proper Ukrainian folky. I want to say epic, but not quite in a summoning way epic, just epic in the scope of the music itself. Cool instrumentation, great ferocious vocals, and I think it's pretty underrated. Not, I don't think a lot of people would have this in a top five, but I think it's one of Nocturnal Mortem's best, and I think it stands toe to toe with Voice of Steel. Maybe I like Voice of Steel a little bit more, but it stands toe to toe there, and it's one of my favorites of the last 10 years. Everyone, go give it some more love.
Yeah, great pick. I love that band. Um, yeah, not really anything else to say other than great pick. Yeah, it's sick band, great album.
All
That's
their
actually
albums
listed
could
on
be
my honorable mentions. It didn't make my top
oh,
5, but
spoiler.
it's in the yeah, spoiler alert, but it's in the mix. So.
Great. All right. What's your number four then?
Number 4, I'm going with an album that just got a lot of hype when it came out, but I think deservedly so, and that is Stormkeep with Tales of Other Time from 2021. So this is kind of like, I'm sure everyone's heard this anyway. I don't need to talk about what it is, but symphonic black metal, kind of like that throwback 90s style, almost like a tribute to Emperor style black metal from the early 90s. Got those like dungeon synth moments just interspersed with like that raging torrent of black metal riffing, and it's just epic and majestic. Absolutely, another one with
The
absolutely
album cover.
crazy album arts. Like
Oh,
everything about this album is just sick. Features clean vocals by Jake Rogers from Caladan Brood and Visigoth. If we would have gone 1 year farther back to 2013, of course, Caladan Brood would have been on here. I was like, oh, fuck, why didn't we say like 11 years? but
That's
nonetheless,
too
yeah,
easy.
too easy. That's true. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites from the last 10 years.
I love the album as well. It's such a almost power metal feeling album to that, with the so like soaring vocals and the streaks, and like the all the songs are like wizards this, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
great. Like a mix of power metal and black metal, symphonic goodness. I love the album to pieces. Good choice. Good choice there.
Yeah, thanks.
Um, completely different to my next one. My next one's going for more of an evil flair, and I have Achilles
Ooh,
with
nice.
Melano, the second album. I'm pretty sure it's the second album by these guys. I love how nightmarish this sounds. This is just pure nightmare fuel. Like driving home at night at like 1 a.m. blasting this with no other cars around. It's a terrifying experience, and I recommend everyone to do it. There's no other album that gives me that kind of dread like this one does. It just has this like build up, kind of like an A24 horror movie, where it's like this slow kind of burn build up and then it blasts off. It's so creepy, so unsettling. I love the art as well, just the creepy kind of almost Medusa-esque face. Everything about this album I love. I think it's one of the best of the last 10 years, which is why it's my number 4. I really love this album. I think it's better than the first album they did, which is a controversial opinion, but I hold it.
Yeah, I'm always torn between those two as well. The
They're
Dreaming,
both
I
good.
absolutely love that album too. But yeah, everything you said, like that is such a scary, terrifying album. It's fucking
Very
great. So yeah, awesome pick.
amazing. All right, what's your number 3?
Number 3, one of my all-time favorite bands. So saying from the last 10 years, I mean, this band's been around a long time, but pretty much any list I make is probably gonna have this band on it, and that is A Moon Sorrow, here with Umaltin Aika from 2016, their most recent album, which I think they're releasing a new one hopefully later this year.
So,
I got the album art there. I got like
such
the
a good album.
deluxe edition with some bonus tracks here too. But yeah, a band that doesn't really need any introduction. Is this pure black metal? Maybe not. It kind of has the folkiness to it, but I think this is one of their blacker albums anyways. It's just pagan black metal at its finest, in my opinion. It's just so epic, long songs, masterful songwriting, absolutely a top 10 band for me. And yeah, this stands up with the rest of their discography. Absolutely love this band, everything they've done. Perfect discography, in my opinion. And yeah, easy choice from, I'd say easy choice. None of these are easy choices, but
Yeah,
pretty goddamn good album, put it that way.
those Finns, they bloody know how to make black metal, bastards.
Yeah.
I love that album as well. I know they have all their albums are really good, but I feel like that's a massive step up from the previous one, in my personal opinion. That's probably my least favorite is the one before that, and then that one came, and I was like, "Holy, this is just fantastic!" So yeah, great pick. I love that album to pieces. So my next one, I cheated because it's my channel. I can do what I fucking want. I picked 2 albums from the same band together, and you'll know why when I show them together. So
Oh yeah.
we're going with a yin and yang kind of thing here because wrong on. The Nightmare Fuel of Disharmonium by Blutas Nord, Undreamable Abysses. I've got it the wrong way around. It's Cthulhu-esque stuff. It doesn't really matter which way you hold it. It's
it
all
works.
massive tentacles. This is kind of like the Achilles, like pure nightmare fuel, ambient sounds. It feels like Cthulhu's literally rising from the depths to just drag you under and suffocate you in its tentacles. It's such a harrowing experience, and it's probably one of the most terrifying listens ever, kind of like Cleese. And then we have on the flip side Hallucinogen, which is my favorite. Well, my second favorite Bluegrass Nord album. Ultima Thule is probably my favorite, but this is my second favorite. This is such a trip through like the cosmos. It's such a nice feeling album. It's like a dreamlike experience, and it's a complete shift change from that to this. And it was like it threw me off, but I love both of them equally, and I don't know which one to pick. So I'm going to pick both. You got the dreamy one, and you got the nightmare one. So yeah, fuck it, both Bluegrass Nord. You get 2 picks here.
Absolutely love Blue Dot Nord. Great picks. If I had to pick one of those, I'd go with Hallucinogen.
Yeah,
I
same.
like the
If I had
melodic,
to.
kind of dreamy, trancy stuff a little bit more, but not to take anything away from Undreamable Abysses. Absolutely amazing album as well. Great band. Never really does two albums that sound the same, but
No,
it always sounds like Blue Dot Nord
always
somehow.
sounds
Like
good.
it's yeah, exactly.
All right, we're number two now. Yeah,
Number two, going with another one of
do
my favorite bands, who is, in my opinion, very underrated. This is some German pagan black metal with Horn,
Oh,
and their latest album, Burzit, from 2022. So this is a one-man band, like I said, super underrated in my opinion. Been around a while. Another project with pretty much flawless discography, and I think not even just in the last 10 years, this might even be my favorite album by him in general. Just the way he
oh.
incorporates these like folky melodies into the pagan black metal, plays dulcimer and mandolin, which maybe doesn't sound like it would fit, but it just does. It really creates this great soundscape. His clean vocals are great, epic, mesmerizing, all of these descriptive words I can say. But yeah, easily one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite albums from the last 10 years, easily.
Very underrated. I love that pick. It's cool that we don't have any overlap so far, so this is good. I
Yeah.
like it. My next one is one, again, a lot of people prefer the debut. And I can understand why, because the debut is a bloody masterpiece. But I think this one just hits me harder. And I literally have it as my desktop wallpaper, which I can see right now. But I'm talking about Aquilus with Bellum
Mm.
1. I love this album to pieces. I don't know why this hits me more than the debut does. I think it's just again, it has like a dreamlike atmosphere, kind of like Hallucinogen, but it has like the nice classical elements. It kind of reminds me of like Opeth gone black metal, kind of back like Morning Rise kind of time. Even just the quiet passages in this are so serene. It's a great mixture of beautiful melodies with harsh shrieks, but it all comes together in a complete package. And I adore it. I don't know why. I just love this album to pieces. It's a bit hard, the lights shining on it, but it's got the cool, creepy Ents attacking, but it's great. I love this album to pieces. And for fans of classical music, for fans of like Opeth, or I'm trying to think of other black metal bands that it could be considered like, I don't know. It's unique. It's a very
Yeah, it's
unique
very
band.
unique. It's a great pick. I love the way he like incorporates those like orchestrations and classical influences in there.
Yes.
I have heard he might even be releasing another album later this year,
Oh my
possibly.
god.
Don't hold
Album
me
of the
to
year.
that, but I think I read something the other day. He had
Album of the
signed a
year.
record deal, and like that's a quick turnaround. But
Yeah.
yeah, that might be happening.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'd love that because this album just blew me. So is Greasiest. Greasiest is a masterpiece, but I like this a little bit more. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my number two. So what's your best one? What's your number one? Let's get to it.
Number one from the last 10 years, which might not be a surprise for anyone that's watched my channel before, because I kind of talk about this band probably too much, but one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite projects, going with Soar and Aura from
Aura.
2014. So this is Scottish atmospheric black metal with a healthy dose of folk in there. And I've just never really heard a band that transports you like to their homeland as much as this band does. It just
Yep.
takes you to Scotland. It feels like you're in the Highlands. You just close your eyes and you're there. Like Andy Marshall, the man behind the band, his songwriting is so good. I love the folky flourishes, all the different instrumentation. Then you got Austin Lund from Panopticon playing drums on this record too, and they're like insane, almost going too frantic, out of control, but it's held in check just enough. And to me, this is a close to perfect album. Absolutely love it. This was the one on my list where I'm like, this is in my top five. Some of the other ones might
Change. Yeah.
might swap places, but I knew this one was going to be in there. So for today, that's my number one pick.
Great pick. Sale can't do anything wrong. All their albums are really good, I think.
Yeah.
You could have picked any of them, but that one is probably
pretty much, yeah.
classic. So yeah, great number one. Again, we haven't had any overlap, which is
surprising.
pretty cool. So my number one, people of the channel might already know, maybe I don't know, but it's a spacey one, and I'm going with a Split album.
That was going to be my guess of what yours was going to be. I feel like
damn,
great pick, no, amazing pick.
Mercognitum and Spectral Law came together to make this just mammoth, like 2 hour long epic opus album about all the planets, and each song is a planet, and it all represents it, and it has twists and turns, and there's cool atmospheric parts, takes you to space. Both bands work so well together. I want them to do more splits. Do more splits. I almost put each of their not side projects, you know what I mean, each of their own kind of albums on this list as well, but then it'd all just be these two bands. It'd be three of the places would be the same band. So I'm not going to do that. So instead, I'll give them both the number one. I love the concept of it. I love just everything about it. This double disc mammoth undertaking is so cool, and it transports me to the cosmos, and that's what I like. So yeah, Wanderers, Astrology of the Nine by Mare Cognitum and Spectral Law is my number one. There we go.
Excellent pick, man. I honestly, I love that album. Like, you don't often hear a split where it's just so cohesive with both bands. Like, it's just so seamless from song to song that you almost don't even notice it's a different project.
Exactly.
And it's so good.
They work so well together.
One out of the two, like, I think I like Mare Cognitum a little more than Spectral Lore, but that's just picking. But
it's like
they're both great.
They're both fantastic, but I probably agree. But the Spectral Law songs on this album, they're damn good.
But great pick.
We've done our 5 now, so let's do some honorable mentions. So I'll let you go first.
Should I go through all of them, or
go for all of them? Yeah,
I got a lot here. I'll try not to repeat the same ones that you just talked about. Yeah, I got about, I don't know, 20 here. I'll rip through them quick. I won't talk about each album. I'll just name. I know.
I've got like 3.
Got it down to 5.
All right.
Okay, so I got Vehemence with Parlasang Verse. Love that album. That should have been in my top 5. It's very, very tough. I swapped it out pretty much last second, but Havakrunu, the shirt I'm wearing, Kilasuret Swap. Well, actually, that's not the album shirt I'm wearing, but the band I'm wearing anyways. Throssenblock, some Canadian content with Metathonia from 2016. Canbard with The Last Rain. Sunotfer with Offertoire. Mare Cognitum with Luminiferous Ether. Cowier with Adrastia. Fortress, Thames pour la Rebellion. Hunter Naz au Fleuve de Loire.
There's a lot of hard to pronounce names.
I'm mispronounced. I don't speak French, so I do my best. Obsequiae, Area of Vernal Tombs.
I love that album.
Evil Feast, Elegies of the Stellar Wind.
I forgot about that.
Tot Bring Air. I know. How are these not all? It's so hard to narrow these down to 5.
I know.
Macabre Omen, Gods of War, At War. Alda, A Distant Fire. Sorcier de Glace with their self-titled. Afski with Oft Jig Drummer Migdod. Probably mispronouncing that. Darkenhold with Castellum. Storm Ruler, Under the Burning Eclipse. And Ancient Mastery, Chapter 2, The Resistance. That's a ton of albums, but I'm sure I'm even missing a ton more too. This was extremely hard.
That was a good list. A lot of them I'm annoyed that I didn't put in my list, like Evil Feast maybe could have made the top 5 if I didn't have it on CD though, so that's probably why. Great list. I love pretty much all of them. My next ones that I was gonna put in, I've got here Great Old Ones, Cosmicism. I really like that album. Cool eldritch kind of album, kind of similar to like Mare Cognitum or Blue House Nord's newer stuff. This is the one that was going to be number 5, but I swapped it out at the last second. My favorite.
How did I even have Drew?
I know. It's my favorite band of black metal. This is my favorite band easily, but I feel like my favorite period is like Blood in Our Wells, Autumn. I always get Autumn Aurora and Autumn
100% agree.
Mixed up. But yeah, that kind of early stuff, Forgotten Legends. I still love this stuff though, so it almost made it. Again, I could have thrown Solar Paroxysm on, but I didn't want it to be overcrowded. And probably a weird one, but I love them. Alcest, Spiritual Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
Not typical black metal, but I love Alcest and I love every single album. And this album's, I love it. I love everything about it. So Did I have anything? Oh, Airsoft Trillium. I forgot to grab the album.
Ooh,
It's under my head. Dive Requiem for the Serpent Telepath is also a great album, which came out a couple of years ago. So that's another
yeah,
one.
it's a sick album.
A lot of
I
weird
can't keep up with
albums.
all his releases these days. He's
Yeah,
like every 2 months he puts out another one, but that's a great album. Anyways,
I had to rank them recently, and he was like dropped a new album as I was ranking him. I was like, God damn it! Now I need to stop my ranking and listen to
yeah,
listen to the new album.
you start the ranking in the morning. He's probably got a new album by the afternoon. He's just freaking nuts.
Exactly. He's crazy. He's crazy. But yeah, that was great. Good to have you on the channel and go through our picks. You had a great list and great honorable mentions that I'm annoyed at that I didn't have on my
Yeah,
list.
way too many honorable mentions. I know there's so many. I'm just like I want to talk about them too, but
There's too many good ones.
It's
Too
hard.
many good ones. So yeah, it was good having you on. Maybe we should do another collab on your channel sometime.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anytime.
We'll
It's a
plan
lot of
that.
fun.
Yeah, it was all good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it out there watching. And did you play your bingo? Because you would have got none because we didn't have any, which is great. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought we might have one or two the same, but
yeah, same.
There's so much good black metal out there. It's tough to narrow down to 5 in a 10-year span.
It's too tough. So yeah, hopefully you guys had fun out there watching the video. And yeah, we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal. See you later.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.